Welcome back to Downtime Re-Up, where we cover all your Dallas sports.
hmm
This guy's terrible. Get the mic away from him.
So we're back. We were gone last week, but there was a lot of stuff that happened. A lot of stuff that we kept up with on our Instagram, though. Downtime underscore re-up. If y'all want to check that out, whenever we can do the podcast, there will always be updates on the Instagram. But yeah, I mean, that's I don't know. Let's just jump right into it. I mean, the first thing I want to go over is the trade deadline. We got Daniel Gafford. We got PJ Washington. We don't have Grant Williams, Seth Curry. We gave up a first and a first swap. What do y'all think of the trades? Each one. Let's grade the PJ Washington trade first, and then we'll move on to the Daniel
I think
Gafford
in
trade.
general, both of them are gonna be A to A plus.
Mm-hmm.
They really improved their team. You could tell, especially how we played. Especially the first game, they didn't really have the time to really build chemistry, and you could see it right away on the field, on the court, automatically.
Yeah.
Daniel Gafford brings that big man that we needed to the team, so that's definitely an A plus. And
Mhm.
with us not being able to acquire Spencer Dinwiddie, but we got PJ Washington, which is a way better player. We don't like Spencer Dinwiddie no more, because of what he said. Yeah, he's sorry.
Yeah, man. I loved both of the trades. Even like 3 weeks ago, in our group chat, I was like, PJ Washington, you're a Dallas Maverick. I can't wait to see that at the trade deadline. And it happened, man. And it was crazy because I just felt like it was exactly what our team needed and exactly what the fan base was calling out for. Uh, a long, the long
The
defender.
office finally listened to us, the fans.
Yeah, a long defender that can defend all five positions and that can bring type like any type of offense, putting the ball on the ground or just spotting up. He's able to do both of it. While his 3 point has been lacking a little bit this year than other years, I just feel like if you're playing with Luka Doncic and you're getting open looks, and even with Kyrie Irving, you're just gonna get better. That percentage is gonna go up regardless of who you are. At least a few percent points. So I'm looking for a little bit more consistency out of PJ Washington's shooting. But as far as Daniel Gafford is, Daniel Gafford's been perfect. I mean, he's been exactly what this team needed. A fantastic bench center that grabs boards, is mean in the paint, and can finish on the inside. And that's just something we've been longing for the longest time.
I think, in his second game, he had 19 points, double-digit rebounds, and 6 blocks at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which game it was. I think it was the second or third game he played with
Mm-hmm.
us. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and I mean we're on a 6 game win streak, and it's definitely evident that PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford are making a big difference. Even whenever our 3 point shot isn't going down, we turn to the inside game. We feed the ball to Gafford and we feed the ball to Lively and we let Luka drive and we let Kyrie get into the paint. We're not just forcing the 3 point shot anymore because we're able to score on all three levels now.
Mm-hmm. We are now a team that those top four spots should really be worried about now, because if we keep going with the streak we have now,
Mm-hmm.
we'll more likely be top 4 to top 5 at the end of the season for sure.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a real contention just for 5 and 6 to not be in the play-in. 4, 3, 2, 1. They're a little bit far away. Not impossible to catch, especially if we keep winning the way we do. We just won 6 in a row. But it's definitely gonna be a much taller task. 5 and 6, where we're just about a game out from.
Yeah, that's why I said 4, because I know 2 and 1 are they're pretty much solidified, pretty much.
Almost. I mean, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are kind of close. 5, 6, 7, 8 are pretty
They've
close
been
to
really
each
close.
other. So it's if we can make that jump and somebody starts slipping from the top, we could easily be top four, and that's gonna be the ideal situation. Playing a play-in team, if we're 1 or 2, would be the most ideal thing because the team is gonna have much more energy. The 7 and 8 is gonna be much more fatigued due to playing in a play-in series, while you're gonna get a few days off, being one of those one or two teams. So, um,
What game did we leave off before our little
hiatus.
hiatus, bruh?
Um, I'm not sure.
We'll just talk about. We'll start off with the Thunder 146-111. That's when they played the first game.
Yeah, that was the first game
Mhm.
with our new pieces back. I mean, Gafford was fantastic. You know, I was never so excited to watch a Dallas Mavericks game. You know, Gafford just brought so much energy, and he brought exactly what we needed, like I kept saying, on the inside, that just allows for Luka to destroy teams on the pick and roll. You know, all the center has to do is find the open space and force them to either cover him or to double Luka,
Yeah.
and then he'll be open. And that's just what they have to do over and over again. And with a passer and scorer as fantastic as Luka Doncic, it's really hard to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our first game. They Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving had, let's see here, points. Kyrie had 25, Luka had 32. And for PJ Washington, he had 14 and Gafford had 19, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that really showed during that game is just how many boards we were getting, especially like defensively, offensively, just in general. Like those boards we weren't necessarily getting recently because Lively was out,
Mm-hmm.
and that just changed our game so much.
Yeah, I mean, you know, defensively wise, I don't think that's as big of a thing. You know, defensive boards are pretty easy to come by, even with a team of our lack of rebounding. But it was the offensive boards that made a difference. You know, the second chance, third chance, fourth chance points you'd even get sometimes because Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively's in the paint and they're grabbing boards and they're playing big. And it's it's incredible, man. It made this watching this game made me excited for the next Mavericks game. It gave me like hope that I hadn't felt since the first game of the season, you know? So it was an all around great performance and total destruction. But Carson, what did you think of the game?
Daniel Gafford and being able to take care of Chet Holmgren like that, treating him like his like little pup. He literally owned Chet the whole game.
Yeah.
He got an and one play on him, and that was real hype right there. Cause he's just a bulkier center that we needed. That Derek Lively wouldn't be able to do that to Chet Holmgren with that size.
Yeah, for sure. Like you know, Gafford's definitely a stronger version of Lively. I think that Gafford's pretty. The difference is Gafford's pretty near to his ceiling already, and I think Lively's ceiling is yet to be seen yet. You know, Lively just turned 20 years old a few days ago, and he's you know,
How
a
old is
fan.
Gafford?
Gafford's 26, something like
He's
that.
not that old.
I mean,
He still got years on him.
yeah, he's not old. I think he's on his first contract off his rookie contract. So, yeah, and both of these players have this year and 2 more years on their contracts left. So it's not like it's PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford this year and then that's it. These players still have time on their contracts. I'm not sure if it's this year and 1 more year or if it's this year and 2 more years, but they both have the same length left on their contracts. So these aren't just a
One
okay.
season.
Yeah, these aren't rentals, you know. These are guys that are gonna stay around for a while, and it's definitely exciting. But one thing to keep in mind is that Luka and Kyrie's contracts are over next season, so it's definitely this season and next season, and then after that, it's gonna be a lot of questions of what's gonna happen. Obviously, you want to get Luka extended after this season.
I see it happening. I don't think they'll wait, especially with the seasons having MVP caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he should be number one MVP. For some
Yeah.
reason, Shea, but that'll be another talk. I definitely see them extending him this season for sure. There's no doubt about it. That's you literally built the team around Luca, not Kyrie.
Right. Yeah, and yeah, for sure I think that Luka's going to be extended, you know. I think they made these moves and the idea of like, okay, well if we make these moves, Luka will stay longer cuz he knows that we're trying to build a team around him.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Kyrie, it's a big question mark of what Kyrie's going to do. Kyrie looks I haven't seen Kyrie this happy on a team since Cleveland when he won a championship. So
Yeah.
I would hope he wants to stay, and I would hope he doesn't want like a max
I
something like
hope
that
he takes a
considering his
little bit of a
age.
pay cut.
Yeah.
A pay cut from Kyrie would help us a lot. Just probably maybe help me out our bench a little bit more. But now we're moving on to the Wizards game. We won 104-112. We struggled a bit the first 3 quarters. We're on and off. We had the Wizards literally were right behind them the whole game. And then fourth quarter, we Hardy made the three, and we kind of went off after that, if I remember.
Yeah, it was a game that looked really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And we needed a spark off of the bench, and we got that from Hardy, you know. And it's exciting to see because time and time again we talk about Hardy, and it's always what are you gonna get? What are you gonna expect? Is he gonna get better? And you're just never sure. And seeing his ability to come off the bench and just put a spark on this team is incredible to see. And sometimes, yes, he'll go up with crazy shots that is
That's
very confusing, but sometimes those shots go in. And if he's not putting up crazy shots, if he's putting up, you know, spot up threes, if he's stopping for a midi, you know, he's very successful. I think the only times I see him take some crazy shots is sometimes he'll drive and he'll not care who's in the paint and he'll take it up anyways, regardless of how good the defense is.
He might be learning from Kyrie. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of evident. I see him put up things like, for example, what Kyrie put up on Victor Wembanyama last night. If you see somebody that's not Kyrie Irving put that up, you're calling them a lot of bad names for putting up a shot that dumb. But because it was Kyrie Irving, he just has the skill set to do it. And while Hardy doesn't have the skill set yet, maybe he'll develop it. But it's good to see the confidence. Just sometimes don't be too confident to the point where it hurts your team.
Yeah. This is the game I was talking about. Gafford absolutely going off of defense. He had 5 blocks and then he had 17 rebounds for that game with 16 points.
Mm-hmm.
And both of our stars both had 26 points, Kyrie and Luka. We had PJ still had a slow game, 0 for 5 and 3. Not what we want, but he was still locking people up on defense. But pretty much we have him here for.
Yeah.
And then Josh Green doing Josh Green stuff, usual corner sitter, and then going in and out of just kind of driving into the paint.
Yeah, he was locking people down on defense, and he was pretty good from the field. Other than the 3-pointers, you know, from the inside, he was pretty good.
Tim Hardaway off the bench was absolutely horrendous that game. 1 for 7 for 3, something you're gonna get sometimes with Hardaway. You're gonna be on and off with him. One game you'll go 7 for 13 or something, or next game he might go 0 for 8. You never know what you're gonna get game to game basis with him.
Yeah, and a lot of the times, if you see the Dallas Mavericks shooting below 30%, you're expecting a loss, and you're expecting sometimes even a blowout loss. But because of the factors that I said before, PJ Washington being able to put the ball on the floor and make a drive, Gafford being able to put the ball on the floor and post somebody up, and then you have Luka driving, Kyrie driving, you have Josh Green with the athletic ability and enough pass vision to make those corner passes whenever he drives. You know, this team being able to score efficiently on all 3 levels made a difference in this game. And yes, it was against Washington Wizards, not a great team, but you got to start somewhere, and you can only beat what's in front of you. And the growth of this team is clear.
The only reason the Mavericks won this game was because they were going against Jordan Poole playing 30 minutes, and he put up like a whole bunch of shots. I think he had not even 10. He didn't even have like 10 points, I don't think. So and they still play him for 30 minutes. I don't know why he's a starter, but if the Mavericks play like this against any even a mid table team, they would definitely gotten blown out by any better team than the Wizards.
Yeah, for sure. And it's hard to tell. The team had a bad performance from the 3 point end, and they could have been better on a few different aspects. But was it a problem with the team playing down to their competition? Was it a problem with the team just not
That's
not
something we've
fitting well yet?
kind of shown all year. It's like if we go against a worse team, we'll go down to their level, and that's what I'll say caused some of our losses as well. We'll lose to teams that, by paper, we shouldn't be losing at all.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, going from destroying the number one seed in the West to barely beating the bottom two. I think they're only above the Pistons.
They're like 9-28, I think.
Yeah, and I think they're only above the Pistons barely. They might even be tied with the Pistons now because the Pistons went on a little bit of a win streak.
Yeah.
But it's just a game it's just very confusing. I'm just happy we got out with a win. A lot of the times we wouldn't, and just the fact that we did is great to see. But going on to another team,
so Spurs with Victor Wembanyama, it looked like our game pretty much throughout the whole, maybe except the first quarter.
Yeah, except the first quarter, definitely.
The second, third, and fourth just looked like it was our game.
For sure.
If we messed it up, it would be completely on us. But we had another amazing game from Luka and Kyrie. Kyrie had 34, Luka with 27. Washington still slowly but surely he's gonna get there offensively, but he still being a plus 19 shows that he's still showing stuff on defense. Gafford, usual 10 points, has double digit rebounds with 1 block.
Yeah.
And I think this is the game Lively started coming off the bench. Yep.
Yeah, Lively came back this game.
Yep.
And something that I saw that was really interesting is that our offensive rating is a little bit lower with PJ Washington on the floor. I think it's about like 4 lower, but our defensive rating is 15 higher, or technically lower because you want a lower defensive rating, which means you allow less points. But that difference of only losing that little bit on offense on a team that's already offensively explosive and getting that much on the defensive end is crazy.
Trade-off.
It's an insane trade-off. And if he just starts shooting what he normally does, 35%, 36% from 3, I mean, it's going to be incredible, He got to get a feel of the ball, and with Luka giving you open shot after open shot, I'm sure that he'll eventually get it down.
If this team goes on fire, everybody's going full cylinder in the playoffs. This is a team that can absolutely run through our conference.
For sure. Yeah.
It might be a little struggle with those top teams, but I can see us coming out most definitely, especially if we're having a hot streak.
Yeah, and I think that a team like per se OKC that we went against, I'm not scared of OKC, and it's not just because of the fact that we destroyed them, but it's because we have the perfect team that can counter them. We have a better Shy with Luka. We have Gafford and Lively who can destroy Chet on the inside, because while Chet is a great big man, what he does lack is the strength on the inside because of his wiry build.
A little bit of his mobility too, but just being that tall a little bit. You can kind of see it. He won't be able, like someone, I've seen some clips, if he's looking to the left and you're driving from the opposite side and he tries to turn, more than likely 90% of the time he won't make it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Victor.
Yeah, and Lou Dort's a great player, but it's putting Lou Dort on Luka is pointless. You're not gonna stop Luka Doncic as much as you want to, and that was evident in the OKC game. They couldn't stop him. Luka got whatever switch that he wanted, and whenever Lou Dort was stuck on him, Luka just passed the ball to somebody that was wide open, and shots were being drained over and over again.
That's what Luka, he can score with and if any 1 through 5 position is guarding, he can score with them regardless.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who's on him, 7'3", 7 foot, whatever. Doesn't really matter. He'll get some type of shot up or find some player open.
Yeah, wide open, because at the end of the day, you rather not give Luka an open 2 or even a lightly contested 2, and you rather have somebody just shooting a wide open 3-pointer, because you know that the likelihood of Luka draining that 2 is much higher than that 3-pointer being made. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing ready to say about the Spurs game. It was total domination after the first quarter. Wemby was going off for the first few minutes, but what do you got to say about it, Carson?
The Spurs were chunking up more threes and building a break house in the third and fourth quarter than I've ever seen in NBA history. They were every single time they came down the court, they literally just shot a three and it would be a break. They would make like 1 out of 5 every 5 shots.
It looked like you outside in your JV game.
I never put up a three in my JV game.
But yeah, I mean, it was funny because we were sitting and we were watching the game, the whole game, and it was just like, yes, maybe they're shooting because it's the only way for them to get back into the game, considering the fact that they couldn't stop us from scoring. But at one point, they were shooting 15% from three. I don't know if it got any better or not, but when you're shooting 15% from three, I don't think it's a great idea to continue to shoot from the three because you have Victor Wembanyama, just feed him on the inside and let him put shots up because the likelihood of that shot going in is much higher than 15% that you're shooting from the outside.
It's
Because
very weird how they play with Victor. It's like sometimes they don't even want to give him the ball.
yeah, sometimes they like.
They just play around him.
I only saw Victor catch one inside standing lob. That was it. Other than that, I don't know if our defense was just so good that they couldn't get the lob to him, or they just didn't have the players to get the lobs there. But it was really crazy that they didn't utilize Victor like they did in the first quarter throughout the whole game. And maybe it's because they went down and they got uncertain. But with a coach like Greg Popovich, you think they'd be on top of that. But moving
Another
on.
thing I kind of want to talk about before we change subjects is the MVP race.
Mhm.
It makes no sense how the only kind of critique on Luka's game for being the undoubted MVP is his defense. If you've been watching most of the season, he's improved a lot, especially
Yeah.
in the past few years.
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging top 10 steals. He's top 10 defending the post. He's top 10 defending ISO. It's evident that Luka's gotten, I don't want to say interested in playing defense, but I mean, it kind of looks like that because he used to not look interested in playing defense. He'd
I
kind of just
remember
be there.
was it the bubble playoff that he just kind of he was on the ground all the way in the back when it was just like 4v5.
I don't know.
I don't
man.
remember. I remember it was all over Twitter one
He
time.
does that. He would do that sometimes. And something that I saw in the Spurs game is he put up some crazy shot. And instead of just staying on the other side of the floor complaining about a foul or just not getting up, he actually ran back on defense. And that's something that I love seeing from him because it shows that he's just not some, whiny player that gets mad when he's not getting his way and decides to not play defense.
Yeah, I feel like undoubtedly he should, if he keeps going this last stretch after the All-Star break, how he's been playing, this should be his MVP year. Like Shea's also having a good year, but
Yeah.
what Luka's been doing on a day-to-day basis when he's not injured isn't something you don't see every season.
Yeah, well, at least not something you see every season from somebody who's not Luka.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that if the Mavs get higher in the conference standings, then he'll definitely be the front runner. But it's hard to put somebody in a front runner whenever your team's tied for 7th. So.
True. All right, now Carter, tell us about what's been going on with the Stars.
Yeah, so as you see here on the left side of the screen, I don't know if you can see all of them, but there's a lot of W's. There's a lot of them in these past few weeks. The only time we lost was to the Maple Leafs in a close game, but other than that, in these past few weeks, it's been utter domination from the Dallas Stars, which was very evident last night when we beat the Predators 9-2. We almost put double-digit score up in a hockey game, which is insane to think about. But
Let's go to touchdown.
But yeah,
2
it's
points,
like
pretty much. Actually, no, they'll be 8. Never mind, forget that.
it's crazy to see that what I was saying was coming into fruition. The team might have stumbled a little bit, but they were a clear Stanley Cup competitor, and they just needed to get their offense going and their defense back to straight, get Haskinen back, get their offense pulling on firing off all cylinders again. And that is exactly what's happening right now. Even on that loss, we still put up 4 goals, showing that even though the defense wasn't playing great and the goalie didn't have the best night, our offense was still firing and we put up a great fight. So it's just it's great to see,
I see that we're finally in the top of our division.
Yeah, and we're finally in the top of our division again. Winnipeg does have a few games in hand, but they would have to win all of those games to be ahead of us by 1 point. And I don't see us dropping many games. Although we do have a tough game against Edmonton coming up, I'm very confident in even if we do lose this game, that we're going to get right back to our winning ways. And it's going to be very hard for Winnipeg to catch up whenever we just refuse to lose 2 games in a row. So I love what I'm seeing. Clear Stanley Cup competitor. And I just hope that everybody stays where they are, No injuries, too. Just please.
Absolutely no injuries. Another sport that's finally kind of showing up again is FC Dallas is gonna have their opener February 24th. It's gonna be a pretty interesting game. This is gonna be my first year really watching FC Dallas this season, so I'm excited for that, as well as the MLB. This is gonna be my second or third year finally watching, and this is gonna be my first time ever kind of going through spring training and everything. I'm a little bit excited.
Yeah. For me, that was last year. For me, last year I actually started paying attention to spring training, the minor leagues, the players coming in, the players around the league that we could trade for, things like that I was super into. And a player like Evan Carter, I saw coming up and actually making a difference because I knew about him being in the minor league system and being successful.
Yeah, I had no idea what this guy was talking about when we brought him up. I asked him about it, and he was like, "Just watch, like you'll see he's a pretty good player." And I was like, "You sure?" Like I was kind of speculating on him because seriously, I'd never heard about Evan Carter before he was played up.
Yeah. But moving on to FC Dallas here, the new kits just released. They actually had a really, really cool photo shoot with these kits at a what looked like a jet hangar, like army jet hangar, which was pretty cool. We'll show you that here in a few minutes. But let's get everybody's opinion on the jerseys. Let's start with Xavier, then we'll move to Carson, then I'll have the final say.
I would give it a good 8.5 out of 10. I love the colors, and I don't know, it's nothing really much to really say. It's not flashy, but those are two. I like how it kind of blends together, I guess. Especially how the FC Dallas is red and blue.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'll say a good 8.5 out of 10. What do you think,
Okay.
Carson?
I think as long as no other club in the MLS has like the same style of jersey, this is a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. From the back, the sleeves are like blue and red. It splits, and in the middle, the gradient is perfect. I love how it goes into the other color, and I can't wait to see Musa in it, the Moose.
The Moose.
I'm definitely buying this jersey though. I'm already planning on it.
Yeah, here goes the from the
There's
back.
the back, yeah.
If y'all were interested in that. Yeah, I like it. I would give it like an 8 out of 10. The back, I feel like they could have blended a little bit better. It looks a little bit weird for me at the sleeves, but that being said, I don't know how I would have done it myself. How I would have blended into the back. So I mean, I like the jersey. I like it better than last year's jersey. I know there's a few people who liked the fire thing in the jersey.
What jersey was it? Was it our away kit, the white one?
Yeah.
I liked that one. I wanted to buy that one too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that one was kind of cool, but I like this jersey a lot more. It gives a much more classic kind of feel to the team.
Sounds like America.
Yeah, it's a very like, it's not, I don't want to say like it's safe, but it's a solid jersey that didn't try to get too crazy, And I'm a big fan of it because it looks great. I love how it looks for the most part. And this is definitely probably gonna be my first FC Dallas jersey because I had one for like a long time ago. Like
I've never owned an MLS jersey in my life. I think my first owned jersey was Tony Romo.
yeah,
I think so.
yeah. You see, what about your first soccer jersey?
Soccer. It was a Mexico jersey, and then
Mhm.
I'd never seen it again. Especially once I started watching like the USA team the last 5 years.
Yeah.
They kind of like disowned them. They disowned them.
Yeah, I actually have a Mexico jersey of Blanco in my closet that my grandpa gave me that he handed down to me. So it's something that since my grandpa gave it to me, I'm gonna keep, but I don't think I'll wear it anywhere but to his house. But yeah, my first jersey was a Barcelona Messi jersey, number 10. So I think Carson wore it a few times after I stopped wearing it. But yeah.
I think another jersey I want to get is from AC Milan. That jersey, the one that just came out.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get it too. I was talking about it with Xavier, the new black and the white AC
Like
Milan
the white,
jersey.
yeah, those are mad. I love them so much.
Yeah, I wanted to get the white one, but it was sold out the day that they released. So I have to wait till they come out because they were actually on pre-order whenever you bought them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to wait till they ship the pre-orders out and then they restock again.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
Probably
probably
a few more
another.
months.
I don't know about a few months, but it's probably gonna be like at least another few weeks. I hope it's not a few months because if it's a few months, the season's gonna be almost over. But yeah. So going on to our last thing, we got a segment. Okay, guys, segment time.
I'm gonna do absolutely terrible with this, but I'll try my best.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to every team and we're gonna try to guess what the power ranking is. Okay, there's 30 teams in the league, I think. So you're just gonna guess 1 through 30 for each team, and then we'll see what it says. Obviously, we see for the Celtics that it's 1.
Yeah.
Do we agree?
Yeah.
Do we agree, Carson?
Do you agree, sir?
Maybe.
Okay, well that's a yes. Close enough.
Actually, no. Wait, let me see.
Okay.
The Clippers should be number 1.
I don't know.
I don't see it, bro.
I don't know. I'm okay with it. I think there's a lot of people in contention for number 1. I definitely am happy that it's not OKC, especially considering what we just did to them. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay, I guess, with Boston being 1.
It would be Celtics 1, 2,
2
Clippers,
and I think 3 is Cleveland.
Cleveland.
They're 18-1.
Okay, well, let's start with Atlanta.
All right, Atlanta.
What do we think Atlanta is?
22nd, bro. They're down there.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta's still a winning team. They're like 10.
But I don't see them even really getting past the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna be between 15 to 20 then.
I don't think there's 9 better teams than Trae Young and the Hawks.
So what, you got them at 21?
I got them at like 10.
10?
Oh, 10.
10.
I don't got 9 better teams than the NBA. Sorry, now.
I don't know. I'm gonna put them at
This guy's crazy, Carter.
16. They're a pretty average team.
There's 30 teams there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 6 on each row, I think. 6, 12, 18, 24,
Like,
30.
for me, like Boston's 1, so we'll skip them. The Nets, I feel like, are better.
The Nets are 20 to 30.
Or
Atlanta's 21. 21 for Atlanta.
you see, I got it right, man. I said 21.
How do you feel about this, Carson?
I think DeJounte Murray and Trae Young is a top 10 duo in the league at the guard position.
Wrong.
How is that wrong? I think you couldn't name the only better guard duos than those two is James Harden and Paul George. And then there's Luka and Kyrie. And then, I mean, nah. That's literally like, there's no other guard duo in the league that the shooting guard isn't a role player.
Okay, well then why are they 24 and 30?
The 24 and 30 because of the they were terrible at the start of the season. I think DeJounte Murray was injured at the start of the season, and Trey Young.
Seems like they're not gonna make the play-in.
Trey Young's still an all-star, so I mean, it just the injuries and not them not being healthy is the reason for their record.
Yeah, I know Trey was out for a little bit with a concussion. I don't know about Johnson Murray in the beginning of the season. I know he started the season a little slow, but okay.
So, I got it right.
Yeah, Xavier got it right.
I know ball, bruh. I definitely do not know ball.
Okay, Brooklyn. What do we think?
I don't know. I really do not watch.
They're like Brooklyn.
If the Hawks are 21,
Brooklyn's lower. Brooklyn.
yes, I think it would be 24.
24.
Brooklyn is like 25, 24.
I don't know. Yeah, they're between, like, they're a little bit higher up. Well, lower.
Let's see.
Let's see.
So it's going.
I keep touching your.
It's not taking me to Brooklyn.
And then you just scroll down.
It's because it's not taking me to Brooklyn like it's
Then
supposed
that's
to.
too bad, bro.
All right, what did y'all say?
Just go all the way down.
24.
Because we know the bottom teams. The bottom teams are sorry.
Though?
23. 23. Yeah. I mean, I agree with it.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons just came back for one game, then he got hurt again.
And then Dinwiddie's now gone.
He came back. Yeah, Dinwiddie's gone. What's the team have?
Dope.
Cam Thomas,
No.
Miguel Bridges.
Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, and Nicholas Claxton.
Nicholas Claxton is calm, bro.
Clearly not comp enough
He's
to get him
top,
to
man.
500.
Nah, bruh. The reason I know about the Nets is because I keep seeing them on TikTok.
Nicholas Claxton is a top 10 future center.
No, yeah, Nicholas Claxton's good. I wouldn't have minded getting somebody like Nicholas Claxton on our team, but I definitely think that, I mean, Gafford's one of the best rebounders in the league.
And then we just scroll.
And then he's just scrolling through all the fucking teams.
Oh, there it is. Wait, where'd it go?
Yeah, why don't you just stop touching the computer?
Oh. I don't know. I never used the MacBook before.
Let's see if it works this time. Charlotte.
Then we know that they're like.
Yeah,
29.
it said like 28.
Yeah.
It's bottom 5 for sure. Charlotte. Oh, look, it worked this time.
Oh.
28. Charlotte. I mean,
Absolutely deservable.
Yeah, LaMelo's been hurt. They got a wife beater on their team.
Okay.
They have nothing.
We took PJ Washington from them.
Yeah, we took PJ Washington from them. They have Grant Williams and Seth Curry to balance their team out. I mean, I don't see them
That's
getting
crazy how
any
people
better.
were giving us a D rating for our trades. Made no sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because people hate Luka.
And then people were talking, and then Grant Williams was starting to talk trash or something too.
Yeah, kinda.
And
I think he was. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're making it sound like it.
I think ESPN posted that Seth Curry was wearing his dad's number and how it's so monumental, but he's literally putting a disgrace on the number for the Hornets. Like, that's bad. That's not good. That's not good for Seth Curry, a nobody in the league, to be wearing his dad's number.
Yeah, I mean, maybe maybe it's just a thing because, like, oh, it's your dad's number, we'll let you have it. But Seth Curry is not even close to the player that Del Curry was.
Mm-hmm.
And neither of them are close to the player that Steph Curry is. So.
Yep.
All right. Next, what do we got?
Oh, close my eyes, can't see.
Oh shit!
You're down
Oh,
next
man, you
year.
just did there.
Chicago, bottom 5.
Chicago.
Chicago got to
five?
be bottom 5,
Like the 25th or 30.
like 25.
They got the disabled Lonzo Ball not playing. So
I think
they
they're.
got Kobe White.
I think they're 22. I
Kobe
don't know.
White. DeMar DeRozan called Kobe White like a top 10 guard or something.
Kobe White's on my fantasy team. He's pretty good.
I'll say.
But the team's
20.
ass.
Yeah.
Team's ass. They're terrible, and they didn't make any trades at the trade deadline. So not only is the team ass, but the GM is too.
I don't know, bear. Yeah, I got it.
16.
16. Holy, come on.
16. That's awfully high. 20.
20,
So
wow.
basically right between what I said and what he said. I said 25. He said 16.
I didn't say
20. That's above the Hawks. Carson, do you agree with that? Is Chicago a better team than the Atlanta Hawks?
Yeah, I think Kobe White is better than Dejounte
But-
Murray.
I thought you said there weren't two.
I think
10
Dejounte
teams.
Murray was a top 10 guard duo, bruh.
Yeah, they are.
This guy was
But
an
DeMar
fraud.
DeMar DeRozan and Kobe White are a top
You give me a name.
four.
Top 4?
Top
Top
four.
4? Maybe they're like number 9.
You can't name a better guard duo. You can't name 5 better guard duos than Trae Young, Dejounte Murray, DeMar DeRozan, and Kobe White, Luka,
Okay.
Kyrie. You can't name any
Okay,
better
okay.
guard
All right.
duos.
Let's name your top 5 guard duos. We'll start from Carson, then we'll move to the sides.
Alright.
Oh, you don't. Okay, well, go Carson.
So at number 1, there's James Harden and Paul George. At
George.
number 2, there's Luka and Kyrie. At number 3, there's DeMar DeRozan and Kobe White.
This is a terrible list.
At number 4,
This
there's
is a terrible list.
Trae Young.
Never make a list again.
Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. And number 5, I gotta think real hard about this one right here.
He supports Tottenham Hotspur.
This is crazy, dude. Does he? He does.
He doesn't know anything about listening and winning, bro.
Come on, dude.
Uh,
What are you gonna say? LaMelo and
Oh.
Lonzo Ball next? Not even on the same team, and neither of them are playing.
D'Lo and Austin Reeves.
This is
Oh,
terrible,
Number
dude.
5.
This
Alright,
is
bro.
terrible.
Does he have enough? I don't have
Um,
any, so go to Carter.
I would say that I think that Shea by himself is better than 3 of those duos. But I guess you could say Shea and what, Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey's a bench player.
Who's their shooting guard?
Lou Dort.
Are you sure? I thought Lou Dort played the 3.
Their 3 is like
No, I thought Josh Giddey was a starter.
Josh Giddey's a bench player.
Josh
Pretty
Giddey's
glad
a
he's a
starter.
starter.
He comes off the bench now.
Does he?
He's not good anymore.
He started against us.
He has been making 3s.
Well, he's ass, but he starts.
He doesn't start. You can look
Okay,
it up.
Shea and Lou Dort are better than DeJounte Murray and Trae Young.
Lou Dort has 0 offense. He's literally a
But-
defense first player.
But he's the best, though.
Balance each other
He has an
out.
A+ defensive rating.
But we're not like when I think about guardos, I think about a dude that can score on offense, and
That's
like
why
they let their
the
other
Hawks
players
are 24 and 30, but
exactly because they
They can't play
score, but they have
defense.
no defense. That's what a guard duo
that's
is.
a better duo.
The small the 3, 4, and 5 are there for defense. That's why they were added
But
to the
you
game of
still
basketball.
don't
That's
play
why the
for
game.
two.
That's why the game is a 5-on-5 game. It's not just like 2 players should be playing the star players on defense. There's 3 of them that should be playing defense. You feel me, do it?
This way we're doing the list is gonna take for fucking ever. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep going up the list. Who do y'all think is next? Do we even know all the teams off the top of our head?
I do. I think
Orlando Magic.
Nah, Magic are a little higher.
After 20th.
You think? Or how about we just go up and say if we agree with it or not?
Okay.
Okay, go.
The Jazz.
The Jazz only got bad though because Lauri Markkanen was hurt for a little bit.
I wanted Markin. I don't know why. I always liked him.
I mean, yeah, it would have been cool, but we didn't need him.
Who else I wanted? I wanted Sabonis or something.
The Heat,
I think that he should be higher.
The Heat should be.
I think they're
higher, too.
contenders.
contenders or pretenders?
Contenders because
Pretenders for sure.
the Chiefs won the Super Bowl and every
Yeah.
year they went to the finals.
I think they're contending pretenders. They're gonna go out in the first round.
Or the second.
they swept the Celtics last year.
But they're gonna go out in the first round. This team's too high. This team is way too high.
With-
This team's ass.
With Klay Thompson shooting absolute bricks every
It's
game.
terrible.
He just had a 35-point game off the
Shut up,
bench.
man.
Off the bench,
Off the bench,
one game,
and they won.
one
Out of
game.
like most of the season, he's been shooting.
They barely
terrible.
won. They won because who was it? Just against they just played against Utah. No, they won because Collins threw the ball out of bounds.
Good.
That's why they won.
All right, next game.
Lakers. That's fine.
I think-
They're about this
that's
same,
fine.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Middle of the pack team, pretty average, even with LaFraud.
For the Pacers, I thought they were higher.
Pacers fell off a little bit, huh?
I thought they were like a little bit higher.
The
than-
Pacers will only look good because they were in the tournament, the in-season tournament, looking good. Ever since then,
That's true.
Tyrese is a good guard,
That's
but
facts.
they don't build around him like they should be. I mean, I know they have Sabonis,
And
but
has Pascal done anything?
Pascal,
I haven't heard a thing about Pascal Siakam doing good.
Pascal, ever since they got him, I think they've been like they've gotten worse, and the Knicks got better with Precious Achiuwa over there.
You think so?
No, they definitely did.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Next.
After it is
Magic.
Orlando Magic.
Are the Magic better than the Pacers?
Nah, I don't think so. I'll be honest. I think they're close, but
I think
they should kind of swap.
I think they're literally the same exact.
Yeah, I think that you could switch them. It doesn't matter.
I don't think the ranking
really
matters.
But they're both good teams that aren't contending, but they're playoff teams.
Their first round exits. Oh, the Kings.
I,
These are definitely contenders to be going first or second round for sure. They did that last year. They were first round exits.
They
No.
were second round.
Last year they got to the conference finals, or was that the year before?
Oh no.
Last year they had to light the beam and
The
they went up 2-0.
Yeah, but then they blew it to the Warriors. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, they were decent last year. I don't think they're reaching that last year though. That they're not doing the same.
Kyle Lowry.
76ers. Like bringing Kyle Lowry's gonna do anything for that team, dude.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry's just there to add caboose. That's it, bro.
Okay. Caboose.
Joe Embiid is. I hate how MVPs have to. The top two MVPs in the MVP race right now are both 7-footers, which I don't think is.
But is it not deserved?
It's not deserved. Joe Embiid is trash.
No, Joe Embiid
He's
is
only
trash.
good because he's 7 foot.
He's not coming back this season.
No, Joe Embiid's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Why isn't this team lower?
I don't.
Because
Because it's current power rankings.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you're future power rankings, this team would be like 20.
Because he just got injured.
They're gonna be first round exits if they're even, and they'll probably be barely making the play.
Who's their center now?
Somebody.
Oh, and then it's
Somebody
us.
that's 11. We went up from 13.
I see us going much higher. We're definitely after the All-Star break. We should be top 5 to top 8 into that area.
I think we deserve to at least be top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that much to talk about us.
So at least top 10. Who's next? Yeah, above them.
Yeah.
Above them. They suck.
Yeah, we go against them right after the All-Star break.
Yep. First game right after the All-Star break. Which we might be at the AAC to talk to a few of y'all. We'll see.
I will not be there. Nope. And Knicks. So would
The New York
Knickerbockers.
Knickerbockers.
Oh.
That's the name. It's the real name. That's what they used to call them. 9. Better than the Suns. Yes. Better than us.
I think they're literally tied.
Technically, I guess.
I think they're like tied with us right now.
Yeah, I
like-
mean, like post trade, I think that it's tied. Pre trade, they were definitely
Yeah.
above us.
No, 100%.
Presses to changed them, bro.
Pelicans. Wow.
Now this seems too high.
Yeah. I didn't
What the?
expect them to
Wait,
be in
I
the top
thought-
10.
I thought they would be like in the 20s.
No, I didn't think they would be at 20s, but I thought they'd be like 15 and a little bit higher. 17.
I didn't- I didn't even know they were doing this good.
They
Like,
had like an easy like schedule or something that's going on here.
Cause last year they were like bottom
Well, that
of
was
the
without,
barrel.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Zion Williamson's.
I thought that fat ass was gonna ruin it even more.
I don't know why they're so high. It says that playing tournament in the West only to continue to lean on its number 7 ranked defense. So defense is winning them games.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. What do they have over there? They have Bi. They
BI
have
is-
Zion.
Bi is like
Jose Alvarado.
He's still there.
I think so. I don't think he's gone anywhere. But I mean, I think 8's too high.
Yeah.
I think they're more like a 12.
Milwaukee Bucks. We're gonna see them probably in the top 10. Too.
I thought they'd have this team higher, to be honest. But with Doc Rivers at the helm, they're
That-
definitely
yeah.
lower.
they're like 1-5 after the trade deadline
they actually went up.
or the trade.
Their previous rank was 8, now they're 7.
Yeah, that's crazy because they lost a whole bunch of games since they
Yeah.
got Doc Rivers.
The only one they had was against us. In like a 6-game streak.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'm cool with
The
that.
fraudulent Oklahoma.
So, Oklahoma dropped. Oklahoma being at 6 and being the number 1 seed says a lot of things. I agree with the fact that they're not top 5 even though they're number 1 seed or we're tied for number 1 seed. They may not even be number 1 seed anymore, but yeah, I don't think they're a top 5 team. I think that this team is a contender pretender.
Yeah, 100%. I see them going to the second round.
Yeah, and
sure.
losing to us.
Yeah.
Probably is how it's gonna end up.
The Nuggets, top 5.
Nuggets 5. Yes. Jokic great. Jamal Murray, good.
Michael Porter
KCP,
Jr.
interesting. MPJ, good. Nothing to say. Top 5 team for sure.
Yeah. Clippers was definitely a surprise.
The
after
Clippers
game.
were 2 in the last power rankings. When were the last power rankings?
The last power ranking must have been like before James Harden got there, because when James Harden got there, they were on like a 10-game losing streak.
They lost like 8 to 10 in a row.
So this team's just been
I think
destroying then
The
these
last
past few
power
weeks.
rankings was probably like 10 games into the season, dude.
Probably.
Wow. Yeah, I mean the Clippers haven't. I honestly haven't watched the Clippers a lot. I know that Kawhi's been in and out of the lineup.
Silent but really good team.
Yeah, I know they've been winning a lot. So yeah, I especially with that record, top 5 for sure, top 4, yeah.
Hello. Oh,
Okay, I think they're better than the Cavs. I think the Clippers are better than the Cavs.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I know that the Cavs are like 18-1 this year so far, or some shit like that. Like they've only lost 1 game in the past 2 months.
So if these teams were to face each other, you think Cleveland wins it?
Evan Mobley is a monster. He's 7 foot
Mobley's been a monster.
something. Donovan Mitchell is playing like Donovan Mitchell.
You don't think Kawhi stops Donovan Mitchell?
Kawhi is he's a crippled man now, bruh.
Okay, but let's say these teams are both at full force.
Even at full force, Kawhi is still like
okay, if we're going
30
like
something.
100%, like none of them are injured.
I
full
think
healthy.
Evan Mobley is still not healthy.
Okay,
at
who's stopping
100%.
James Harden?
Who's stopping Evan Mobley?
Kawhi Leonard.
It was 1 through 5.
Evan Mobley
But-
is 7 foot like 2 or some shit like that.
Kawhi Leonard.
I thought he was 6'11".
Zubac.
Zubac is the most unathletic big in the league next to
But
Jokic.
he's big. He's big though.
But he has no mobility.
He's big. He just stands there with ice packs on his knees.
Who does? I don't even know. They have Darius Garland.
But with Paul George and James Harden putting up the points like that, if they were full 100%, I'll beat the Clippers.
I think the Clippers defense at full force is too suffocating for the Cavs.
I think the Cavs have they're like number 1.
All your thinkers right now is that Evan Mobley's gonna lock down the whole team.
You're telling me James Harden won't just target Donovan Mitchell? Donovan Mitchell isn't a good defender.
Who they have? Because they have their starting lineup is Donovan Mitchell at the 2, Darius Garland at the 1. Who's their 3 and 4?
Exactly.
Look it up.
Exactly. All right.
All right, on to the next one, bro. Oh, never mind. We're searching this up.
Fuck,
'Cause
man.
if
Move
they
your
have-
hand.
If they have like
I'm over
defensive,
here. You're not even.
Shit.
if they have defensive menaces at the 3 and 4, then they have
Jared
Evan Mobley is playing the
Max
4.
Strus. Look at their bench. This team sucks.
Jared Allen's still there? Wow.
This is their starting lineup.
Karis LeVert is locking up James Harden.
Wrong.
Karis LeVert is a top 10 defender in the league.
Wrong.
That is not wrong.
I don't think
Yes, it is. It's
any
wrong.
defender can kind of lock up James Harden.
Nobody here is locking up James Harden other than James Harden eating too much.
Karis LeVert, bro. Karis LeVert is calm, dude.
Not gonna lie though, Jared Allen would put buckets on Zubac. Jared Allen would put
I've
buckets
always
on
loved
Zubac.
Jared Allen.
But I think that let's go position for position. Darius Garland or James Harden?
James Harden.
Donovan Mitchell or Paul George?
Donovan Mitchell.
Kawhi Leonard or Max Strus?
Kawhi Leonard. Evan
I don't
Mobley.
even know who the 4 is for over there.
Wait, who?
I don't know who the Clippers 4 is.
It's
Well, either way, it'll be
fucking
more likely
what?
Evan
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker is
Yeah.
not even on the Clippers.
Oh yeah, he's a free agent now, but before the trade thing, he was.
Didn't he want to be traded or like bought out or something?
Yeah, and they cut him or some shit like that.
Did they?
That's crazy.
And then Jared Allen or Zubac.
Jared Allen. Whoever Evan Mobley's going against, he's beating. He's a top 5-4 in the league.
Who is? Let's see.
Hey, Bryce, tie break.
Kawhi. Terrence Mann starts.
Kawhi Leonard at the 4.
Okay, but you're telling me you don't take this bench. You don't take Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell, Mason Plumlee, Bones Highland over Daniel Theis over Cleveland's bench. They got Karis LeVert and Isaac Okoro. That's it.
Why is Donovan Mitchell?
Because Donovan Mitchell doesn't come off with the first group.
You're trusting Yang, Wade,
I'm trusting Niang is a great defender.
Merrill.
Isaac Okoro is a great offensive player.
Must know the
His bench is randoms, bro.
Bro, I literally had Isaac Okoro on my team 2 years ago. I had Karis LeVert on the Nets while I was watching him. And Niang is a GOAT defender. He's black.
Brother's Asian with that name.
He's not black.
He's not. He's not even black.
Yo,
He's not
I thought
even
he was
black.
black, dude.
He's lying.
There's someone that's Niang in the league. That's
Isaac
black.
Okoro is good. Isaac Okoro is a solid 6 man.
Look at his freaking forehead.
Yeah, that thing is pretty huge.
I still take the Clippers. I take the Clippers over Cleveland. Russell Westbrook off the bench. Norman Powell, Mason Plumlee, Daniel Theis.
Daniel Theis is like trash.
Daniel Theis is who is their big man off the bench? Where is their big man off the bench?
Evan Mobley would be on the floor while Daniel Theis is on the floor. That's how a depth chart works.
Well, so Jared Allen just disappears until the first group comes back in.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Until all the starters come back in.
There's no way.
This is how a depth chart works.
So then this would be their 5.
Like if all these guys like
Dean Wade is their 5.
6'9".
yeah. Draymond Green played the 5.
41% from the field.
That's
this dude is
good.
terrible.
That's good.
No, it's not.
41% from the field is good.
Okay, does he shoot threes?
I don't know.
If he doesn't shoot,
Check if he shoots threes.
if he doesn't shoot threes,
That is really bad.
it's really bad.
Oh, he shoots threes.
Does he shoot threes? He shoots 39 from 3 though, and his field goal percentage is still 41. He sucks from the inside.
40% from the 3 though.
Yeah, but he can't play inside.
But he shoots 40% from the 3.
But he can't play
He
inside.
can give up a 2 and get a 3 right
Mason
back.
Plumlee's putting a sack on his forehead.
Mason Plumlee is literally white.
So, Mason Plumlee's goated on the boards.
Bro,
Look at that. 65%.
2 year 40.
That's a real big man.
what about 3-pointer?
He don't shoot.
Exactly.
He literally hasn't shot a single one
Damn,
this
he
season.
Career is 4.9. Holy.
Anyways, moving on.
Number 2.
Wait, who's top 2? Wait, who is top 2? Boston and who?
Who is number 2?
Stop scrolling.
Sorry.
Boston and
The Timbs.
who's 2? The Timberwolves?
Timberwolves. We haven't seen them.
Probably is the Timberwolves, huh? All right, go.
How did we get that out?
Just click.
Oh.
Damn, you're slow as sh-
Why'd you click?
I didn't click it. I
off
didn't click
of,
it.
like,
I didn't click it.
anything-
Anyways,
I was
yeah,
right.
Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Are the Timberwolves better than the Caps?
Yes.
The Timberwolves would destroy the Cavaliers.
Yeah. There's a big difference.
Anthony Edwards is the next Michael Jordan. That's
Anthony
proven.
Edwards is so cool
Why can't we get him?
Who?
because we didn't
Cat-
suck enough to get him.
He's arguably, I think he's the best big 5
Is
shooter.
Cat they them?
I think he's the best 5 shooter of all time.
Is Cat they them?
I think he's the best 5 shooter of all time.
I think statistically that's what they say too.
I think he is. Visually and statistically, he's the best 5 shooter.
Visually?
Of all time. Visually.
You just watch his stroke.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have no problem with Minnesota at 2 and then Boston at 1. That's
Who-
fine.
Yeah. Boston's one.
Who do the Wolves have? Who do they have on their starting
Who's
lineup?
last? Was Pistons last?
I don't think they should be last.
I think Washington should be last now.
What the fuck? They almost beat us.
Okay, they should still be last. Xavier, you're gonna make me angry, dude. I
I-
go.
I do think Detroit beats. Detroit definitely beats the Wizards.
Detroit beats the Wizards. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
Yeah.
they're last.
The
Yeah.
Wizards. Oh, when was that? Was the worst team?
But we won. That's what matters.
Yeah, it does matter.
Rashawn Holmes is their starting center now.
Washington said goodbye to the big man, Daniel Gafford. Real.
Yeah, I feel so bad for these, except this fan base. This fan base, you're gonna be good next year or the year after. So
Probably the next 2 years.
you're gonna suck for a while. You're gonna
OKC?
suck for a while.
But OKC have so many first round picks,
And they didn't use any of them during the trade deadline.
but they still have them for the next years. That's they're gonna use them for like they're gonna be dangerous. They're gonna be a dynasty probably, bro.
Well, dynasty
If
don't
they-
start until you
if-
win a damn
If
ring.
they stop hoarding draft picks, maybe, because you're not building a dynasty off of draft picks.
You win a
Because
dynasty
if
off
you're
of
if you're gonna use all these draft picks in these upcoming drafts, these guys coming out of college aren't gonna be superstars off the jump unless you have the 1 or 2 pick. And I doubt any of their picks are gonna be 1 or 2. They're gonna be a whole bunch of mid-round
get-
picks that are gonna take 3 to 4 years to develop.
Who they get their picks from whenever they traded?
I know they have some from the Clippers,
They have some from
and the Clippers clearly don't suck. They have some from. I think they have one from us.
No, they do.
They have one from us.
I don't know who we got.
They have a whole bunch from.
They got one
a
from
bunch of
every
people.
single team, bro. You don't know it.
I think they have like the Clippers next 30 picks or something like that. But yeah. So I mean, they're gonna suck for a while. They're gonna suck for a while. They're gonna suck for a while. They're gonna be good in a few years. They're gonna
The
suck.
Pistons weren't supposed to really suck.
They might come back.
Scoot Henderson is
Trash.
good now. He's good now.
He's
Look at
trash.
his past 5 games.
Honestly,
He averages like 25, 20.
Scoop.
He averages
Henderson.
he averages like 18, 17
Yeah,
in
but
it-
just 12.
in his last 5 games.
Let's see. Last 5 games right here.
Look,
15,
he-
14, 14, 14, 30.
That's
What the?
he went from like averaging like 4 points to
Mhm.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's good, and if you look at highlights of him from these games, you'll see that he's improved. In his
That's so
decision-making.
brutal. They had a back-to-back against Denver, then a back-to-back against Minnesota.
That's not really fair. They won against Milwaukee, though. Barely. But the win's a win over them.
This guy's mid.
He's not mid. If you look at there's on YouTube, like
You know who I
how
like?
Scoot Henderson has developed.
You know how I like better?
Highlights.
The Scotty Barnes,
Scotty Barnes is pretty
Scotty
good.
Barnes is my favorite player in the league right now, next to Kyrie.
because he's acoustic.
No,
you?
because Scotty Barnes, like I think I could
Always rushing.
play like Scotty Barnes if I just study him.
You want to go try that right now?
Yes, I could play like Scotty
crazy.
Barnes. Scotty Barnes is a lanky dude.
But you're not lengthy.
Scotty Barnes, look at this. My goat. 0% from 3, still put up 29 points.
Kyrie got 32 points without free throws.
I saw that.
And the other game where he put up who they go against?
Which ones? Our last 3 games? Our last 3 games?
It was-
Spurs, Washington, and Thunder.
The Thunder game, I think so. Did he? No, it had to been before Thunder,
Before Thunder?
cause he
76ers?
had a game where he had like 30 something,
76ers?
36. He had 36,
Against 76ers?
and he had no free throws.
Excuse me. Let's see. This is the last thing we'll check before we sign off. Which one? Oh, against the Knicks? No. Nets.
Yeah,
It's against the Nets. So quiet. Right there.
no free throws. No free throws.
No free throws. Look at this shooting performance. So efficient. It's beautiful. Luka shot 50% from the free throw line. It's not very good, but he had 18 rebounds. That was before we had Gafford, and we didn't have Lively. All right, Carson, sign us off, man. We've been
All right.
talking to the people for a while. I think they're tired of us.
This been downtown re-up, you know. Bucks don't deserve that ring they won.
Over the Suns?
Yeah.
I'm happy they got it, not the Suns though.
Yeah, but the Suns should have been there anyways. That's The only reason they won is because Kyrie.
The Nets should have won it that year.
Yeah. That should have won that year. Kyrie got hurt because Giannis sabotaged him. James Harden got hurt in the first game.
And Kevin Durant has big feet.
Long ass. I was watching that at a hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we were out of state.
All right. Bye.
Bye.